Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new episode of Conspiracy Hub. Today we'll be talking about the conspiracy regarding Mattress Firm. Yeah, that's right. Your favorite mattress store that you've gotten your mattresses from for the last 10 or 15 years, right? No. So today we need to take a deeper look into Mattress Firm, what they're doing, and why in the world are they so sus. So here on Conspiracy Hub, what makes this all interesting is that I will tell you at the end of the video whether or not I believe this theory is true or not. So if I think the theory is true, I'll wear my magical tinfoil hat. If I think the theory is false, I'll wear my cap because this theory might be cap. But the first piece of evidence we're going to look at is how close mattress firms are to each other. In fact, me and my wife were driving around one day and we had realized that while driving past several mattress firms, by the way, on the same block, there was almost no one ever in there. We would look through the windows, right? And you could see all the little mattress like ads and stuff and all the different companies. But the one thing I noticed was that there was nobody actually shopping in Mattress Firm, okay? And mind you, some mattress firms are placed smack dab in the middle of very busy mall complexes, okay? But yet, nobody is inside the Mattress Firm. All right, so let's just take my area, for example, all right? So this is the area that I'm near. I'm not gonna tell you exactly where I am because no thanks. I don't need anybody outside my house. But I want you to take a look at this. Notice how these two mattress firms are directly next to, look, they're basically in the same parking lot. Like this is what I'm talking about. And now, mind you, this area that I'm pointing to is an area in Georgia called Noonan, okay? There's not a lot of people out there. So let me show you a busier area in Atlanta and maybe you can see what I'm talking about there too. Okay, let's zoom out and let's go to North Atlanta. I'd say probably around Marietta or so. Yes, this is perfect. Okay, yep, here it is. Okay, I want you guys to look at this. Look at this. Look how close these mattress firms are to each other. This makes no sense. Wait, there's more, okay? We got another area right here near North Point Mall. Look at this. Mattress Firm, Mansell Crossing, Mattress Firm, North Point. Look how close they are. It makes no sense. Nobody shops at this place enough for this to make any sense. Wait, here's another one. East Cobb Mattress Firm and Marietta Mattress Firm. Look how close they are. They're down the street. It's frustrating because while I'm trying to be, conscious that, a drug cartel being ran out of Mattress Firm sounds ridiculous, and I want to wear the cap, and I want to just think this is fake, but for all of these mattress firms to be that close to each other, it does make it seem very strange, okay? All right, now take a look at this clip. Hopefully this will help us understand this theory a little bit more.
Mattress Firm stores are everywhere in America. Okay. What's really weird is it's not uncommon to see 2 or 3 of them in the same shopping center, sometimes even across the street from one another. This is insane. There are currently more mattress stores in America than there are McDonald's or Starbucks.
What? That's crazy.
Illustrating this point, 42.6% of Mattress Firm stores are within 1 mile radius of another one, according to Business Insider. The average American only buys a new mattress every 7 to 10 years. Plus, most millennials are having their mattresses delivered straight to their doors with bed-in-a-box services, according to USA Today. So why are there so many mattress firms?
There are more Mattress Firm and mattress stores than there are McDonald's and Starbucks. There obviously has to be something going on where that's the case at all. And also, keep this in mind. After Shane Dawson made a video about it, which racked up, 20 million views or so, the CEO of Mattress Firm only then decided to start scaling back and filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Something is sus. That is pretty sus, okay? Now, whether or not they're a drug front, whether or not any of that is true, we don't know. But the fact that all those stores are right next to each other, and there are more of them than we could possibly imagine there to be because mattresses just don't move like that. Mattresses do not come in and out of the door like this. Okay, we're not talking about like an electronics shop. All right, we're not talking about a vape store. We're talking about mattresses. Mattresses just ain't moving like that. Now, let's talk about the other piece of evidence. Evidence number 2. How few people actually buy mattresses from Mattress Firm. So I found this interesting piece of info on whether or not Mattress Firm is even profitable, and this was from January 10th of 2022. Is Mattress Firm profitable? The company isn't profitable. In its latest fiscal year, Mattress Firm reported a net loss of $165.1 million from an income of $125.6 million. the year prior. According to the documents, as of September 28th, Mattress Firm's total liabilities and net long-term debt were $3.5 billion and $1.2 billion, respectively. So again, they're not even profitable. So for them to be bringing up all these stores, and then on the front end, meaning that like all their bookkeeping stuff, all the numbers that they tell us about publicly, all of that stuff is telling us forward facing that they're not even making money. They're not profitable. So 1 + 1 is not equaling 2. The math is not mathing. How in the world is Mattress Firm popping up all of these stores back to back for decades, but are not profitable? Something is not adding up. And again, if I'm tripping, comment below. Tell me what mattress you bought from Mattress Firm, and let me know if you enjoyed your experience. Did you like it? Do you work for Mattress Firm? How many customers are you guys getting? Because from all the numbers that I've seen and all the things talking about their profit margins and how much money they've made, they're not doing that well. So please, I just want some insight in the comments. Someone has to tell me. Before we get to the last piece of evidence, number 3, make sure you hit the like button. I'm trying to get 100 likes on this video. The more likes you give me, the more likely it is that the algorithm on YouTube is gonna tell everybody about this video. And I want people to know the truth. So please do that, and let's talk about evidence number 3, the real case of bribery, kickbacks, and Mattress Firm fraud. So according to the website Snopes.com, back in 2018, there was a case of bribery, kickbacks, and fraud. On November 30th, 2018, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch reported on legal battle between Mattress Firm and former associates. And that includes a story of allegations that stem from the idea that real estate brokers and property development companies paid Mattress Firm insiders, bribes, and kickbacks for artificially inflating rental rates on leases throughout the country. And now this is the part that it starts getting good, because there was some real actual crimes happening regarding Mattress Firm. Hearing that and reading that makes this all so much more interesting, because now in the back of my mind, there is a possibility, even small, that if there are other crimes happening, maybe drugs could be involved too. Okay, so let's name some names. According to the lawsuit, Bruce Levy, the former head of real estate, and Ryan Vinson, a former vice president, let the broker, and the broker is the guy who was helping with the kickbacks and the bribery and stuff, okay, help this guy, Alexander Deutsch, oversee the deals of half a dozen states and front run some of them, tipping him off to the next outlet's location so he could securely buy it for himself while reaping millions in fees, okay? But wait, it gets even crazier. Mattress Firm alleges that these men ended up getting watches, diamonds, property, all types of stuff for doing what they did in the real estate game. So those crimes led them to the case that we're looking at right now. All right, so from the evidence, what do we have? Well, piece of evidence number 1, there's a bunch of mattress firms all right next to each other. It looks super sus and it's weird. Piece of evidence number 2, the fact that Mattress Firm really doesn't make that much money and their profit margins are really low. They're not doing that well. So how in the world do they have so many stores back to back? Piece of evidence number 3, there are some lawsuits filed against executives of Mattress Firm for things like bribery, fraud, and kickbacks. So at this point, let's figure out where this theory actually lies. So on one hand, I do sort of believe that there could be a case that Mattress Firm might be a drug front. Why? Because if there is bribery and kickbacks and fraud, there are already crimes present in all of this happening right now that could also be drug related. Who knows? There's no real telling because there's no real evidence for that. But at that point, that's exactly why I kind of feel like this whole thing might be capped. To really sit here and say because there was bribery and fraud and kickbacks means that there was somehow drugs involved would make this very, very different. And I just don't really think that's the case. So from what I'm looking at and from all the evidence that has been presented and from everything that I read, at this point, I think that this theory is capped. I just can't really see how someone can look at all this and say, oh, Mattress Firm is a drug front. And I don't see it. I'm not getting that. If there's more evidence out there that I haven't seen, I would love to look at it. And at that note, if you guys have any more evidence or there's something that I just missed, please let me know in the comments. And again, make sure you hit that like button, guys. Try to get us to 100 likes. I just want more people to hear about this kind of stuff and having fun with these theories. And I am doing some crazier theories as we go on. Okay, So please do that. And also, if you like this cap, I do have a link for it in my description. You could buy one right now because anytime someone says something stupid or crazy or outrageous, you can always put this on and just know that they capping. Okay? Thank you all so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Love you guys. Next video coming soon. Next week, every week. See you then.